This is ABC7 News at 11, your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good evening, I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. Less than a week after a tragic shooting spree at the Fort Lauderdale airport, some federal lawmakers are calling for even more airport security. But at Sarasota Bradenton International Airport, the director says he has everything under control. ABC7's Ray Collins got a rare look inside the airport police department. Ray?
Yeah, Haley, the airport is much more than meets the eye. Tonight, we go behind the scenes. This is the airport you're used to seeing. The baggage area, the information booth. But that little dome on the wall is your first reminder a lot more is going on than you realize.
We have a couple of matrices set up.
This is James Carlino, the Sarasota Manatee Airport Authority Chief of Police.
If we have an operation going on here, the drug task force might be in here, or we're interested in somebody, we can zoom right in on them and take a look at them.
Chief Carlino and Airport Director Rick Piccolo showed us the bank of monitors that keeps an eye on all the angles of the terminal. But when it comes to shootings in the baggage area, like in Fort Lauderdale last week, Piccolo admits that's hard to stop.
You can't prepare all the time for deranged individuals or people that are willing to give up their life to take others.
I expect all of us in the Congress will continue exploring ways to protect the traveling public in light of this tragic incident.
Piccolo says his top priority is protecting the traveling public, and he says the airport is safer now than it's ever been.
The old threat was with IEDs or hijacking an aircraft. What you've seen in the last year with lone wolves and the other types and deranged people is the active shooter thing. So we've adjusted our tactics for the active shooter phenomenon, and we'll continue to adjust our tactics every time.
Passengers say they appreciate the extra sense of security, even if seeing rifles is something they're not used to seeing in this country.
I've seen it before in other countries, so never here.
But this is the new reality, and airport police are keeping a close watch. Piccolo says they have Florida's only accredited airport police department. Haley.
Interesting. And isn't having your own force, it seems more expensive than relying on the city or county?
Yeah, you'd think so. But Piccolo said even though they spent over $3 million last year on police and fire personnel, it's still less expensive than going with the city or county existing departments.
Wow. Very interesting. Yeah. Thank you, Ray. A sheriff's deputy in Broward County was suspended this week after security footage of the Fort Lauderdale airport shooting was leaked to TMZ. Broward County Sheriff Scott Israel says he is actively pursuing the case and suspended the deputy with pay in connection with this investigation. The leaked surveillance video shows the accused gunman Esteban Santiago firing at random right here in the video you're about to see at the baggage claim area of Terminal 2. Someone described as a high-ranking law enforcement officer with security clearance used a cell phone to record the monitor, not realizing that his or her own reflection was captured in the footage.
To know that somebody with that type of security clearance could think that it's okay to leak evidence into a media organization really didn't settle well with us, and it is a crime.
The images are now in the hands of specialists with the FBI, and just to note, this is not the leaked video. That video shows the actual shooting starting. Doctors say a dad who dropped off his daughter off the bridge leading up to the Sunshine Skyway is now competent to stand trial. Doctors have been treating John Johnchuk to restore his competency to be tried. Authorities say Johnchuk stopped his car on the Dick Meisner Bridge, grabbed his 5-year-old daughter Phoebe, and then walked to the edge where he dropped her over. Pinellas Circuit Judge Chris Hellinger set a competency hearing for March 27. New details in a body found early this morning in Manatee County. Detectives have identified the body around 6 a.m. That's when it was found at the intersection of 58th Avenue East and 21st Street East in Bradenton. Manatee County deputies say they found a deceased man at the scene and detectives were called in. There is trauma to the body and the case is being investigated as a homicide. Deputies are waiting to release the name of the victim pending notification of next of kin. If you have any information on this case, you are asked to call Manatee County Crime Stoppers at 866-634-TIPS. A Northport dance instructor is charged with 2 counts of lewd and lascivious battery on a minor. And now the dance studio where she taught has been shut down. 38-year-old Lauren D. Bendetta is accused of performing sexual acts on a 15-year-old female. According to the police report, the instructor was caught in the victim's bedroom. Melanie Packard's daughter took classes at the studio, and the news came as a shock.
We had no inclination. There was never anything inappropriate that had gone on between at least my daughter and Lauren.
More information on this case, we'll bring it to you when it becomes available. Manatee County government still looking for feedback on its parks master plan. Nearly 500 people have already given their input on the future of Manatee Parks. The parks master plan will provide a 15-year blueprint for the county to develop and maximize recreation areas and open spaces. Project planners are asking for the public to give their feedback before the public comment period ends on January 26th. You can give your input by visiting an online survey, and you can find that link on our website, mysuncoast.com, and click on links we mentioned. And now for a check on our forecast, let's head over to Bob.
A lot of great parks up there too, enjoying those parks today. A lot of people enjoying the weather there too. A beautiful day today for most of it. We had clouds moving in just after around 2 o'clock this afternoon. Those moving in from the east to the west. Right now 61 degrees. Dew point's pretty high, 55 degrees, and right now hardly any clouds around. We have some showers on the east coast, and with that high pressure anchored firmly to the east of the state, we're going to continue in the same kind of pattern. No big changes there with that east to north southeasterly wind flow kind of holding this front, and cold air well off to the north right now. There are some showers over South Florida and along the east coast. Not a lot of heavy rainfall, some very light rain showers, if you will, just to the east and to the west of Vero Beach right now, and Sebastian. All this moving to the west northwest at 10, but does not have much of a chance of getting here. We will see some patchy fog forming though. 47 right now in Tallahassee. They're a little bit further away from the water there, so not nearly as warm as it is in Pensacola at 65. 54 in Jacksonville, and 62 now in Orlando. 72 now in Miami, and temperatures here mid to upper 50s inland in Avon Park, and now into the low 60s right near the water. We'll have more in our forecast. Talk about a big system that is causing all sorts of headaches over the central U.S. coming up in a few minutes. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. Theatrics at President-elect Donald Trump's first press conference since the election. It comes amid new explosive but unsubstantiated allegations that the FBI is investigating reports Russians have sensitive information that could compromise him. ABC's Elizabeth Herr reports from Trump Tower.
The big news at his first press conference as president-elect, Donald Trump's major admission.
As far as hacking, I think it was Russia.
For the first time, Trump accepting the intelligence agency's conclusion that Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered the election hacking.
He shouldn't have done it. I don't believe he'll be doing it more now. We have to work something out. But
Trump quick to deny and dismiss the unconfirmed reports alleging Russia has compromising information that could be used against him.
It's all fake news. It's phony stuff. It was a group of opponents that got together, sick people, and they put that crap together.
The allegations are supposedly from anonymous sources inside the Kremlin, talking to a former British spy. The claims were contained in a dossier Democrats and Republicans gave to the FBI. Now, among the claims, during Trump's travel to Moscow for a Miss Universe contest in 2013, whether the Russians filmed Trump with prostitutes to be able to blackmail him if they so wished.
Does anyone really believe that story? I'm also very much of a germaphobe. And I told many people, be careful, because you don't want to see yourself on television. Cameras all over the place.
Russia, in the meantime, is calling the new allegations nonsense, but some Democrats disagree and are calling for a full investigation. Outside Trump Tower, Elizabeth Herr, ABC News.
And straight ahead, Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan will be back with the official Suncoast forecast. Plus, Florida Senator Bill Nelson proposes a measure that would have prevented Congress from repealing key Obamacare provisions. And how a one-of-a-kind train in the state of Florida is about to change the way people travel.
Come into a California Closet showroom to experience our quality materials and construction and collaborate with our designers to create the perfect custom solution for any room. Go to CaliforniaClosets.com to request a free design consultation and locate the showroom nearest to you.
The official Suncoast Storm team at ABC7. We're here for you.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
It's time to go boating, but first, don't miss the 16th Annual Charlotte County Boat Show, January 12th to the 15th at the Charlotte County Fairgrounds. Show admission is free and on-site parking is only $5. January 12th to the 15th. Visit GoBoatingFlorida.com for more information.
Florida's last private island is a waterfront lifestyle like no other. This is Harbor Isle, just 5 minutes from the sugar sand beaches of Anna Maria Island. This sun-splashed paradise invites you to enjoy natural adventures and all the recreation of a tropical resort. Island coach homes and waterfront condos are now available from the high 400s. Don't miss the Luxury by the Bay event, Saturday, January 21st from noon till 4 p.m. at Harbor Isle. Water ski show, luxury cars, wine tasting, model home tours, and more.
Start the year off with a great deal during the Start Something New event going on now at Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram in Sarasota. Come shop the area's largest selection of new Jeep Wranglers. Take home a new Jeep Cherokee for as little as $18,999. Or stop by today and drive away in a brand new Jeep Renegade for just $14,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Are you considering joint replacement or revision surgery? Consider this. Dr. Edward Stolarski has performed thousands of successful joint replacement procedures and trained surgeons from all over the world. Using advanced technologies, Dr. Stolarski is able to perform some of the most complex surgeries.
I wish I knew about Dr. Stolarski much sooner.
After the surgery, I don't have any pain. It's like I've got a 16-year-old hip.
My name's Ed Stolarski. What I really do is I give people back their life.
Schedule a consultation today.
There's never been a better time to call California Closets. Now, during our Winter White event, save up to 20% when you upgrade to an Italian-inspired wood grain finish. Contact us for your free design consultation today. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Well, it's kind of nice that now we have these kind of cooler nights.
Right.
It's, you know, that's what differentiates the summer from the winter, even if the daytime temperatures are warm.
Remember that? Even in November, we were seeing that very humid, muggy conditions, but now things have changed. And still a little bit above average, but not bad with the lower humidity around. Big story is going to be the ice storm that's developing over the central U.S. Those are nasty storms. Anyways, a webcam showing a beautiful day today, and then clouds came in this afternoon. And then they cleared out of here just in time for a gorgeous sunset tonight. And I tell you, a lot of folks are sending pictures in as a result of that beautiful sunset. We had photos sent in from Siesta Key, Lido, all the way down into Venice. And there's just a few of them right here. South Jetty, Alan Mitchell capturing this with some folks out there on the jetty doing some fishing. And Siesta Key, Fred Taylor getting this one, another nice shot there. Just a light chop on the bays and inland water. Siesta Key, Paul Taylor showing this paddleboarder going by. It's a lot of fun. I've done that before out there. And this from Lido, Skip Ross getting this just as the sun was dipping below the horizon. Well, high pressure east of the state now is controlling our weather. It's not budging much. And in fact, this is going to be kind of interesting to see. This is high. It's not moving much over the next week. And the long-range forecast indicates not a lot of cold fronts headed our way. And this front right now is being held in check, and with this, we got this warm, moist air overriding the extreme cold conditions behind this front. We have an Arctic air mass there, and that's going to cause all sorts of headaches with freezing rain throughout that region. Well, Sarasota right now is 61 degrees, and as far as the current conditions go, we have clear skies. East winds are at 8 miles an hour. The pressure 30-29. And that continues to rise at this hour. Venice at 64. The high today was a little bit above average at 75. Nice. 71 is our normal. And 85, the record set back in 2013. Well, no rainfall to report today. A few light rain showers were recorded earlier into central Florida as some of that moisture works its way in from the Atlantic all the way over. Still pretty warm in Miami, 72 degrees, 10 degrees cooler in Orlando right now, and then much cooler into Tallahassee at 47 degrees there. Temperatures in the mid-50s inland into the low 60s right near the coast. The Gulf of Mexico water temperature now at 64. The forecast looks like this. The hourly forecast will start off around 60. We'll warm up to 70 by 10. and into the upper 70s by 1 or 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So we'll start off pretty nice, but quickly get up close to 80 degrees, and a few more clouds will come in the afternoon and evening, bringing with it a slight chance for a few passing showers. Well, there's a one storm exiting off the northeast United States and into the Great Lakes region. You can see some snow falling into the upper part of Michigan right there, and mainly rain, though, from Toronto through Buffalo. Typically this time of year, you'll be getting a lot of snowfall, but temperatures are extremely warm throughout this region for this area. And then as you move out west, another storm system bringing some heavy snowfall into the Sierra Nevada range, where they've already had up to 80 inches of snow in just the last 48 hours near Reno, just to the west there near, again, Lake Tahoe. Weather warnings and advisories are out all the way from Colorado stretching to California tonight. And there's that cold I mentioned. Look at the contrast in temperatures now. 70 degrees or near that in St. Louis. And just to the west down I-70, it's 24 degrees in Kansas City. That warm, moist air overriding that colder air. You're going to see that freezing rain problem all throughout that region as a result of this cold air spreading southward. And this is the forecast over the next couple of days. That Arctic air does spill southward. So although it's warm now in Buffalo and also into West Virginia, it's going to get much colder than that over the upcoming days as that cold air slides to the south and east, but not here. It's going to stay well to the north of us. Light chop on the bays and inland waters. Seas running 2 feet or less out there. And the water temperature now at 64 degrees. And the upcoming tides for Sarasota Bay. Low tide will be at 725 and a high at 157 tomorrow afternoon. Mostly fair, mild, 56 for your low tomorrow. A little bit of cloudiness in the afternoon, but not bad. 78, east winds 5 to 10. The extended forecast is calling for mild to warm conditions all the way through Wednesday of next week. And the long range suggesting even after that, still into the upper 70s to low 80s. Haley?
Thank you, Bob. The Senate has blocked a measure that would have prevented Congress from repealing key provisions in the Affordable Care Act. The measure was introduced by U.S. Senator Bill Nelson. The Republican-controlled Senate blocked it today by a vote of 47 to 51. Senator Nelson says the measure would have saved many seniors in Florida about $1,000 a year on the cost of prescription drugs. The measure would have prevented the Senate from considering legislation that repeals the Act's provisions aimed at closing the gap in Medicare's prescription drug coverage. A company creating a unique and fast way for visitors to get around the state of Florida. Brightline trains have a need for speed, and they are changing the norm of transportation in southern areas of the state. Jimmy Johnson has more.
Come summer 2017, passengers will be able to take Brightline trains from West Palm Beach to Fort Lauderdale and Miami. The company's president steadfast on providing high-speed rail to Orlando.
Thank you for riding Brightline, and have a bright day.
Wednesday morning, Brightline unveiled its first of 5 240 passenger trains set to make stops in West Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale, and Miami. When walking on the high-speed train, it sort of feels like an airplane. From concessions to large, comfortable seats, outlets to plug in your latest gadgets, and space for luggage and carry-ons. Brightline President Mike Reininger optimistic about his company's plans to transform Floridians' view of traveling by train.
We're advancing what it means to travel by train in America with a completely new way of doing that. We're not competitive with those other forms of transportation like Tri-Rail. We're additive to those. This is a new, smarter way to get about, to go to the places that you're already going within the state of Florida.
And this is just phase one. The company's end goal is to provide passengers with the option to travel high-speed rail from Miami to Orlando International Airport. While funding for the project is tied up in federal lawsuits, Brightline's president says he's confident and steadfast to making it become a reality. And while these seats are comfortable and I would love to take a trip to Miami, we still have to wait 154 days. Reporting in West Palm Beach, Jimmy Johnson.
Sure looks nice. Volkswagen is pleading guilty to 3 criminal charges and will pay the U.S. government for cheating on its emissions test and destroying evidence. Volkswagen is set to pay $4.3 billion. That's the largest penalty against an automaker in U.S. history. The government also said a grand jury has returned indictment against 6 VW executives and employees for their role in this scheme. The deal also requires VW to cooperate in an ongoing probe that could lead to the arrest of more employees. Sports is next, but first, here's Jimmy Kimmel.
It's important that you see this. Well, that's Ponch and John riding right into our studio.
official salon of ABC7. Cutting Loose Salon.
Go ahead. Make a fashion statement. Demand something more than just ordinary. Capture elegance in every turn and drive with flair. Where beautiful styling is standard. Stop in and take a test drive. I'll guarantee you'll never go back to plain vanilla again. The all-new 2017 Fiat 500 starting at $14,999. Only at Sunset Fiat in Sarasota.
We consider the first 60 minutes the golden hour, the time that we can do the most to affect how a patient's going to do. I think what motivates all of us is that at the other end of it, we see them, smiling and happy and going back to their families. That's our greatest satisfaction. Sarasota Memorial Hospital is just an amazing place to take care of people.
Come meet the artists and enjoy their creations at the Sarasota Fine Art Festival. Over 100 artists and thousands of works of contemporary art in photography, glass, sculpture, jewelry, and much more. The 5th Annual Sarasota Fine Art Festival, Saturday and Sunday, January 14th and 15th on Main Street between Osprey and Orange Avenues in downtown Sarasota. Bring your love and appreciation of art to the Sarasota Fine Art Festival. For more information, visit ParagonArtEvents.com.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
As a combat veteran, I support Goodwill because they help our veterans reintegrate back into the civilian workforce, and they create jobs in our community.
Selling your home? Insist on a 3D showcase tour from Gulf Shores Realty. Virtual tours are flat and boring and look more like a slideshow than a tour. A 3D tour from Gulf Shores Realty is like actually walking through the home without the drive. Get instant access to your next home from any device. Multiple views give homebuyers a perspective like no other. For a limited time, mention ABC7 and Gulf Shores Realty will provide a complimentary 3D tour with your new listing.
Now, sports.
The Tampa Bay Rays making a trade weeks before spring training is set to begin. The Rays sending starting pitcher Drew Smyly to Seattle. Smyly made 30 starts last season for the Rays, winning 7 games and striking out 167 batters. The Rays getting outfielder Malik Smith, infielder Carlos Vargas, and pitcher Ryan Yarbrough from Seattle. The Rays will open training camp with pitchers and catchers on February 12th. It took 2 years, but Vance Joseph has finally landed the head coaching job of the Denver Broncos. He was the runner-up 2 years ago when Gary Kubiak got the job. At the end of the current season, Kubiak resigned, citing health issues. Vance, a 44-year-old ex-Colorado quarterback, spent last season as Miami's defensive coordinator after building a reputation as one of the league's top secondary coaches. Sean McDermott is reportedly leaving the Carolina Panthers for the head coaching job with the Buffalo Bills. A person with direct knowledge of the decision tells the Associated Press that the Bills have reached an agreement to hire McDermott to be their next coach, but the Bills have not officially announced this decision. The 42-year-old has no previous head coaching experience and spent the past 6 seasons working as the Carolina Panthers defensive coordinator. He replaces the fired Rex Ryan. The World Series champion Chicago Cubs have accepted President Obama's invitation and will visit the White House on Monday. White House Press Secretary Josh Earnest said that Obama is really looking forward to it and that any sports fan could appreciate the historic run that the Chicago Cubs have had through the playoffs to a World Series title this year. finally. Well, last year, but the president invited the Cubs shortly after they beat the Cleveland Indians to end the title drought that dated back to 1908. Obama, of course, has a home in Chicago. He is a fan of the White Sox, but he rooted for the Northsiders since his favorite team did not make the playoffs. This visit will come just days before Obama leaves office. The president also hosted the Chicago Blackhawks after their 3 Stanley Cup championships since 2010, along with many other championship teams from college and U.S. pro leagues. A pair of Olympic champion gymnasts are the newest faces for a national magazine. Simone Biles and Aly Raisman posed for the latest issue of the Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition. It's nothing too raunchy, though. One promo shot shows 19-year-old Biles here doing a handstand. 22-year-old Aly Raisman, who's been an advocate for promoting a positive and healthy body image, seen there posing on a stone bench very dramatically. Biles captured the Olympic all-around title as well as gold medals for the Olympic team and several other events as well. Raisman has won 6 medals, including a silver on floor exercise behind Biles in Rio. They were super fantastic, so congrats to them. That's a look at sports. We'll have our lotto numbers straight ahead.
I love big bling for little ching. That's why I only wear Spectralite diamonds from Created Gems, or I wear nothing at all.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
What does it mean when New South Window says Factory Direct?
It means we have a factory.
It means we eliminate the middleman.
It means you get an award-winning, energy-efficient window at factory direct pricing.
Plus, New South windows are made in Florida.
Ford Florida Home.
By Florida workers. Because we know Florida weather.
Bring your measurements this Saturday from 9 to 4 to get huge discounts. New South Window. We manufacture, we install, we guarantee. Call now.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
Get the new year off to a great start with safety and peace of mind. Subaru was named the 2016 Best Overall Brand, Most Trusted, and Best Performance Brand by Kelley Blue Book. And ALG named Subaru its top mainstream brand for residual value for 2016. Now you can lease a new Subaru Outback for just $229 a month or get 0% financing with complimentary maintenance included. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
It's time to go boating, but first, don't miss the 16th Annual Charlotte County Boat Show, January 12th to the 15th at the Charlotte County Fairgrounds. Show admission is free and on-site parking is only $5. January 12th to the 15th. Visit GoBoatingFlorida.com for more information.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.
Don't hate me because I'm blingable. Get your bling on with affordable Spectralite diamonds exclusively at Created Gems in gold and silver, where you always get big bling for little ching.
All right, Gracie, come on out and meet your sister.
An emotional reunion on Good Morning America this morning. A pair of twins separated at birth in China, then adopted by two different American families. The 10-year-old girls were reunited in person today on Good Morning America. Audrey told ABC News she had asked her parents for a sister for Christmas this year. And then look what happened. She met her identical twin sister, Gracie, today. The girls admit they do have a lot in common. One thing, they both like chicken Alfredo and mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Although most
Who doesn't,
10-year-old,
right?
right. But, you know, twins share that special bond. So
They
even
do.
though they've been separated, I'm sure they found out they have a lot more in common
Absolutely. You know, it's a great story right there. Yeah, absolutely.
than that. Yeah, glad they got back together.
That's right.
Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you tomorrow.